Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. The topic of this 10-minute moan is the elusive Mohammed El Nakla. Now, Mohammed El Nakla is the brother, but he's not the brother, of Nadia El Nakla, who is married to the ex-First Minister of Scotland, Humza, is it Humza or Hamza? I think it's Humza. Yousaf. Or is it useless? Yousaf. Humza, Yousaf. That's it. Not Hamas useless, right? That's something totally different. So, he is meant to be Humza's brother-in-law, but he's not, because it's his wife's half-brother, so he's his wife's half-brother-in-law. And the reason I can quite clearly state that is because it's fact. Now, he's disappeared. This man, brave doctor in Gaza, that we heard so much about last year, has just disappeared. But we've now got photographic evidence to try and help us find the elusive Mohammed El Nakla. Right? Now, the story, I'll try and condense it as quickly as possible, started in October 2023 when Hamas invaded Israel. And Nadia's mum and dad were out visiting Nadia's dad's other wife. Right? And one of his other wife's children is Mohammed, who is a doctor in the hospital in Gaza. Now, the reason that we know he's not Nadia's full brother is very simple. If it was her full brother, he would have a British passport and he'd been out at the same time as her mum and her dad. Okay? So, what happened in October, obviously, her mum and dad were there and they were trying to get them out. And I've done loads of videos about that. I'll not bore you to death, but I'll give you the bits you need to know. So, about a month later, the mum and dad get out via Egypt. That left the brother-in-law and his wife and his kids. Nadia then went on the I need to save my family stuff thing, right? And I want my family in Scotland with me. And surprisingly, before Christmas, her mum and dad get out in November, Nadia was invited to a meeting by the President of Turkey's wife, the First Lady of Turkey, who had this summit apparently with all the world leaders' spouses to discuss the problems in Gaza. Now, nobody else seems to have been at this summit. Nobody can tell us where it took place, so it was probably Turkey, and who else attended. But we know Nadia was there. So basically Nadia and the Turkish Prime Minister's missus had a meeting. Not long after that meeting, there was paperwork sent from Turkey to Gaza saying that they would give safe passage to Nadia's brother, half-brother, his wife, and his children. Now, one name came off of that list. Now, I don't know who took the name off the list, but the brother's name get taken off of that list. So Turkey issued the paperwork saying send the whole family. Now, it could have been Hamas, it could have been somebody in Palestine, it could even have been Israel. They might have had a look at it and thought, no, we know this guy. Okay? Take him off. Hamas might have looked at the list and said, no, we're keeping the doctors here. So we don't know who's took him off the list, but somebody did, because we know it was on the list to start with when the list left Turkey. The way that was portrayed to us was the brother didn't want to leave the hospital because there were so many people there. He was a brave man. Reality was his name was taken off the list. So the mother, the wife and the kids, and the other one that was refused was his mum, who's Nadia's dad's other wife. Now, a lot of people say, well, a lot of people in the modern day have half brothers and sisters. It's quite normal. But normally you'll have an older family and a younger family. Well, this guy, as you'll see in the photographs we'll put up, looks about the same age, if not younger, than Nadia. So I think from that, it's safe to say the old pops, Majid El Nakla, has got two families at the same time. And anyway, back to his story. So the mother, she gets knocked back as well, for whatever reason, I'm not sure. And then, as I say, the story's spun that he's a brave doctor and he doesn't want to leave the ill and the wounded. So then the wife and the kids get out. Nadia then starts taking her frustrations out in the British government, saying it's ridiculous that she can't have her family with her in Scotland. That's quite a tedious link that this woman who's married to her half-brother, somehow her family, right? We're extending the immediate family thing to the nth degree here, but Nadia wasn't happy. And Nadia told everybody that she was not happy with the situation. And that, let me just check, we heard about this guy quite a lot, and the last we heard, right, Nadia talking about him, was on where are we? I think it was the 12th of January, 2024. And then around about the 13th and the 14th of January, another brother of Nadia's had the headlines, and that was the brother that was arrested with a drugs charge and I think some violent action. And the guy that fell, we were told originally, out of the flat that he was in, was something to do with the drugs, died. Right? We then stopped hearing about the doctor. All these pleas to get the doctor out of harm's way and go and stay with his sister. Finished. Last we heard was January 2024, almost a year ago. Then something bizarre happened. On the 7th of October, 12 months after Hamas had invaded Israel, Humza decided to create a podcast. And Humza had some Israeli guy on it and his brother-in-law. Here's a video. Now watch this video quite closely. And I won't play it all because it's quite horrific what he talks about. Now, there's no question whatsoever this man's seen some harrowing things. Being a doctor during the war campaign must be horrific. So nobody's disputing what he's saying. But watch the video. See if you notice it.
Tell me what you saw firsthand coming into the hospital.
Young girl who had been torn apart. This is the first one I faced, and I never forget. The first victim I faced, this girl, torn apart, and always I see it in my dreams. I saw many victims. I saw many things in the hospital, even I couldn't help them. Many of them died because no medical supply, nothing to do. The victims inside unknown. We don't know who's this. Victim 1, victim 2, victim 3, and most of the dead bodies are boys, women, and elderly. No Hamas fighters. This is the truth. Wallahi, this is the truth. Sometimes we couldn't do anything. Sometimes they are coming cutting lips, sometimes coming in bags, in the black bags. Nothing at all, nothing at all. Something you come the body without head, come the body without the lower part, come the body without the upper part. And the hardest thing for me when the families came to me, oh doctor, please, did you see this photo? This is my son, this is my husband, this is my mother, this is my father, this is my sister. Really, it was a hard time for everybody there. Sometimes we call priorities to living the life. Too injured, and you think, could I help this one or this one? This one, sometimes you leave him to die in peace. We have no medical supply to help them.
Right. So, where is he? I think it's safe to say he's not in Gaza anymore because he talks about it in the past tense. All right, that's quite clear. Then when you look at the door behind him, I think it's safe to say he's not anywhere in the Middle East. He's probably in the UK or Europe. And then you see the wee swatch thing, the wee tester thing, looks as if somebody's got a new house. It's just about that point where you can start decorating and they start going in. It looks as if he's in somebody's spare room, to be perfectly honest with you. He ain't in Gaza. And what I would like to know is, if he's in Turkey, how the hell did that happen when it was refused? What changed? And why did it change? But I got a sneaky feeling he's a lot closer to home than that. So you decide where he is, and you can make up and fill the gaps in the story as to how he got here. Enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notifications bell. Let me know your comments below, always like that. The most important thing of all Unless you are someone who moans and shouts and abuses the British government, but somehow it appears you might have benefited quite a lot from things done for and by the British government. No you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheerio bye now.